All right.
Okay, guys, so we just did the most terrifying 10 minutes of your week. Here's where you get to turn the tables. I'm not just a high voltage guy here, I'm actually the president and founder of the company. So everything that happens within these walls is ultimately my responsibility. Right now, in fact, channel 1 of the 3 live broadcast television stations broadcast from here is on that camera and that microphone. There is no tape delay. So, as I say it, it's broadcast to any human being on Earth with an internet connection who chooses to tune in. There is no limit to it. Anybody can tune in. Also, there's a camera right there that's recording for YouTube, and that will go out unedited, complete clip tomorrow morning. You are an uncurated audience, which means we have no idea who the hell you are. It could be anyone. We get West Side barflies and billionaire philanthropists, and we've had both. And for the next 10 minutes, there's a clock right there, you get to, on live television and on YouTube, which has a massive memory, ask me absolutely anything you want. There are no rules to this. And the reason we do this is there are 2,200 nonprofit organizations in the city of Grand Rapids alone. Out of 2,200, only 3 pass the GuideStar Platinum certification for accountability and transparency, and I have a problem with that. This is why we are one of the 3. Because it's important to ask questions and demand evidence of people in positions of power and authority, and because someday you're going to vote. And about that I care a very great deal, and it's my job to make you the biggest pain in the butt for anybody you're ever going to vote for. So, go. What do you want to know? This is where you get to ask questions about how things work and why and all that. And the important things like, where's the money go? And whatever the hell else. So raise a hand. What do you want to know? Go.
What's the KUKA program?
What's the what?
The big robot.
Yeah.
Where do you guys write that?
It's programmed in KRL. It's the KUKA robotics language, and we have all the manuals on it. You can learn anything you want.
It's a standardized language.
Yeah, it's a standardized language. You can find resources on it online, and we have all the books, and we have people that can help. It's really not hard. Yeah. It's just really fussy.
Oh, really?
The greatest thing about robots is they will do exactly what you tell them to do. The worst thing about robots is they will do exactly what you tell them to do. Next, go.
What happened to that aluminum?
It's sublimated. We put so much energy into it that it got so hot so fast, it went directly from a solid to a gas. It didn't take time to melt. It just solid to gas. If you want to learn more about sublimation and play with this, you can get something called dry ice, really cheap. Places, Meyer sometimes sells it. There's a place in town on Front Street that sells it. Go get $5 worth of dry ice and just play with it. Don't put it in your mouth. Don't touch it unless you're wearing gloves. Because regular ice is at about 25, 0 degrees, it's cold. Dry ice is about 100 degrees below 0, and if you put it in your hand, you will get frostbite in seconds. You'll actually burn your hand with ice, and it sucks. So wear gloves, but it's really fun to play with. Because it just turns it like, watch, breathe out. That's carbon dioxide. If you take that and crunch it down really, really, really hard, it turns into a solid. There's so much of the gas packed in such tiny space it turns into a solid. That's dry ice. And when it melts, it doesn't melt. It just turns into air. It's really cool. We play with it a lot here. I'm not going to teach you the things that we do with it here until you're older because felony. Life was so much more fun before 9/11. But there are cool things you can do with dry ice. Next.
Do you have any plans to get a laser sintering machine?
We have a complete laser lab. We have probably the only professional scale, not like little diode lasers, but takes you and me to pick up the laser lab downstairs, and you can play with it. So yeah, as far as laser sintering, figure it out. So I'll give you the toys, you just figure it out. Next.
Is there extra cost incurred for projects if you're actually using materials to build something?
It depends, and it depends how. We're really big on helping people source materials that are hard to get. The average person doesn't know where to go to get sheets of tungsten or ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene and stuff like that. So we keep a lot of stuff in stock. The stuff we keep in stock, we sell at surplus prices. And by surplus prices, I mean real surplus prices, not what they charge you over here at Great. Yeah, because that's nuts. So you can come in here and get an air cylinder, and if it's something that I picked up somewhere at a yard for 20 bucks, we sell it for 20 bucks, not 200, which is nuts. if you come here and build stuff like in the robotics lab and use $10,000 worth of parts, but you don't break anything and you don't take it with you, you just want to build a weekend project with your kid and teach them about linkages or something like that, if you don't take it with you, it's still here, someone else can scavenge parts off that and use it, I'm not going to charge you for it because that's just not fair. If you take it, if it's yours and you leave with it, then you pay the surplus prices for the parts. So that way it's fair to everybody. Next. Go.
If you want to make something with wood, do you bring your own wood?
You can, or if you need, if you want to use wood we have here, we have a lot of wood in stock. And if you want something really fancy and special, like if you wanted to get cahobi or tulip wood, we have contacts to get that in town and can give you good deals on it. Also, I get a bonus points for using cahobi and tulip wood. I know nothing of wood, but I knew those two. Next! You guys are easy. Give me a hard one. I've even gotten boxers or briefs doing this. Like, people are mean. So, he's thinking
Do you
hard.
help with intellectual property, like patent attorneys or anything like that for ideas? Or?
Two things to know. One, when you become a member here, you sign 3 very important pieces of paper. The first is an absolute strict release of liability, which means if you drill a hole through your hand because you're an idiot, then you're an idiot and you can't sue me for that. 2 is a model release, because there's about 200 cameras through this building and we keep an eye on it. And 3, and this is the one you're going to like, is a dual NDA. It goes backwards.
Okay.
You can come in here with $1 million idea, and let's say you know a lot about electronic design. And I know a lot about robotics, but I don't know squat about electronic design, and you don't know anything about robotics. But together we can do things that individually we can't. And you can share your secret sauce with me, and I can't take your project and run with it and make it and steal your thunder. And this happens with every human being who's a member here. So the idea is to build an environment where people can collaborate, where people can share ideas. Because you're a smart guy, and I'm a smart guy. But there's stuff that each of us knows that the other one doesn't know, and we do really cool stuff if we work together. If we get him, well, he's got an IQ makes both of us look like a carrot, so now we can do really cool stuff. And that's the idea. We can help you through the path. Like, we have attorneys that we work with for IP, and we don't screw around. Warner Norcross and Judd, our legal team, which is deep, big, giant, sharp lawyers in town, and we love them. And I got a patent with them, so I did it. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody. It's a giant pain in the butt to spend thousands of dollars to patent something which 5 minutes after you release it public, some idiot in China is going to steal anyway.
Sure.
But I just did it because I never got a college degree, and I got a patent. Damn it, I got a piece of paper. It says I'm smart. So yeah, that's as close to a college degree as I'll ever get. But we can help you with it. It's kind of fun. It cost me about $6 grand. It took half a year, but I patented a thing in drones. So it's kind of cool. Next.
How many staff do you have here?
About 30-something and change.
Are they here full time or just like
No,
certain days a week?
full-time staff that's here all day, every day is like 20 people. And we have a lot of, almost everybody here is a volunteer, so it's kind of nebulous. Go.
As far as pets go, is that for employees only, or can you bring a pet?
You can bring your dog in if your dog isn't a dick. If you bring a cat in, I get to use it as fine. Some dogs are dicks.
What if it's a rodent?
Ooh, what you got?
Oh,
I'm totally down. By the way, if everybody wants to grow an extra ovary, this works for men too. Just do a Google image search on an ermine. E-R-M-I-N-E. It'll wreck you. It's the cutest thing that's ever existed. No matter, I've had like grizzled, toughened bikers, and you just look at that and you're like, oh, they're stupid cute. So if you're going to get rodentio, get an ermine. Okay. I want to get 2. Name 1 coat and 1 muff. They farm these for fur. You got 230 left. Go.
How many students do you have in your full education? Is that what you call it?
Or what?
Your education program where you're pulling instead of pushing?
Oh, well, the whole building works on the pull system, not the push system.
Can you tell us about that? That's interesting.
Sure. Everything you know about education is wrong. Just accept it. The system that we use for education is a push system. Sit down, shut up, we're going to push things into your brain. And it was invented by the Prussians back when there was a Prussia. And it's really great if you want lots of very efficient factory workers. It really sucks if you want to teach creatives. And this building turns that on its head. And we have a really simple demonstration as to why. Raise your hand if you have a smartphone. Everybody's got one. When you bought your smartphone, if it's a brand new one, They don't even bother, but if you bought your smartphone more than a year or so ago, you open up the box and it comes with a charger and a cable and a little book and all that jazz, right? And everybody's used to this. It doesn't matter what brand, they're all the same. iPhones, Androids, it's a box, it's a charger, it's a cable, it's a book. How many of you guys ever sat down and studied the book for 3 days? Doesn't happen. This is such a common problem that the modern ones don't even come with a book. They give you a URL to look up on your new smartphone, which you can do because you don't need the book to use the damn thing, because you have a toy. You have a shiny new toy, and you're not an idiot, and you will figure it out. Well, if you can do that with a supercomputer in your pocket, why the hell can't you weld? Why can't you use a drill press, a table saw? You can. You just haven't gotten around to it yet. And somebody has to sidestep the entire world is run by lawyers and insurance companies and say, you're not an idiot, really, despite the fact that everybody treats you that way, and say, here's power tools, let's learn stuff. Some people are going to get hurt. Some people will bleed. Stupid hurts, and this is how we learn lessons. But I will not dumb down. I will not put Nerf bumpers on everything. I will not protect the wee precious children. You ever skin your knuckles? You ever fall off your bike? Yeah, you're fine, aren't you? Kids are resilient. They bounce right back. Beat the hell out of your kids. It works. And somebody has to say, let them get hurt. I got 5 different insurance companies because I want him to come here and be able to play with power tools. Because how old are you? 9. Okay. Do you understand if I use a drill press and you drill a hole through your hand, it's going to suck? Yeah. See, that's just common sense stuff. Give them a chance. Because that's how you teach kids that actions have consequences. You teach them to be responsible for their choices. This is how we do that. The alternative is to raise yet another generation of kids that don't believe in consequences, and that is how we end up where we are today. Go.
But how much does it cost to keep this place up and running up here?
If we just, huh?
I figured $6 a minute.
Really?
Yep.
You did the math.
Becky did the math.
You are such a nerd.
It's $6 a minute to run this building.
And that's if we don't do anything. The number that I've always gone with, which is like a 10-year-old number because he's new, was about $1,000 a day. And that's if we don't do anything. That's without heat. That's without actually, I will spend piles of money today just working in a high voltage lab. But if we just sit here and hang out, it's about $1,000 a day, or $6 a minute, and I trust his numbers because they're from Becky, and she's in charge of fundraising, so she would know it. Okay, one more. Really? I got them all? Wow. You guys are good. All right, this is what you need to know. For a normal makerspace, like tech shop or stuff like that, membership is about $100 to $150 a month, which sucks. Membership here is $20 a month. Really, it's $5 a week. You spent that much on Taco Bell. Family membership, which is everybody that lives in your house, and your weirdo best friend that is practically lives in your house, that's family. He counts. It's $30 a month. That's it. You just found out that you have a place with more tools than Home Depot has for sale. It's absolutely affordable. We can't make it any cheaper and keep the lights on. And there are people here that will teach you how to design, build, and create anything you can imagine. And it's $20 a month. The only piece I can't do is get you to get off your butt. You have to make that choice. But the choice is really simple. You wake up every day, and you get online, and you check your email, and you watch people do really cool stuff on the internet. Don't do that. Be the dude doing the cool stuff on the internet. Be the person in the videos. Be that guy. The only thing, and I want you to understand this. This is important because you two, right there, are the ones that I have to deal with the most. Because the children are our future unless we rise up against them and crush them now. The only thing between where you are today and you having a $150,000 a year job or owning your own multi-million-dollar company is whatever bullshit excuse you're telling yourself tomorrow. That's it. You have the tools, you have the space, you have the people, you have everything you need, and you can afford it, because I know in my heart your mom will get you a membership here. You have to choose to get off your butt and actually do it. I don't care what you invent. You don't have to get famous. Be the next Harvey Kennedy. Watch this. You can't... Everybody is a unique snowflake, and you can never make generalized statements about people, ever, right? Watch this. I got $20 in my pocket, says not one of you can tell me who Harvey Kennedy is. You shut up, you $20, Harvey Kennedy, who is he? What did he do? He did something that touches every single one of your lives every day. And nobody knows his name. Harvey Kennedy invented the aglet. The little plastic thing on the end of your shoelace. Sounds dumb, doesn't it? It's stupid. This isn't rocket science. I want to be the guy that makes 1/10 of a penny for every one of these Nike sells. Harvey Kennedy got a boat. You don't have to invent the cell phone. You just take something that somebody else did and do it better. Invent the next step. Everything in the history of technology, from the plow to the space shuttle, all starts with taking somebody else's work and do it better. Who invented the steam engine? Somebody knows this. Who invented the steam engine? See, you almost know it. You're like, that's a history class.
I just learned this last year in school.
You're probably going to try and say James Watt. No? That's who you should have said. Most people would go with James Watt. If you were really smart and nobody knows this, you'd say Harry, who actually invented the steam engine 5,000 years before James Watt was born. But most people say James Watt. In fact, he gets so much credit for inventing the steam engine, they named the unit of power after him. That's the watt in the units of power. The problem is James Watt didn't invent the steam engine. He was the 5th person to invent the steam engine. He just made it work right. You can do this. James Watt, by the way, was a janitor. Everybody up! Hey! I got people! Bug this weird man. He wants to sign you up and make you a member here. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you.
All right,
Sign
guys.
him up!
Who wants to start a membership
Who you
today?
got?
I already got one.
You got a
But
thing?
you're not on it.
Ah,